either we are there or not, ITSP Magazine still gets the best stories. There are plenty of conferences and all sorts of events that spark our curiosity and allow us to start conversations with some of the world's brightest minds. In person or virtually, we sit down with them at the intersection of technology, cybersecurity, and society. Together, we discover what the synergy of these three elements means for the future of humanity. Knowledge is power, now more than ever. CrowdSec, the collaborative and open source cybersecurity solution. Analyze behaviors, respond to attacks, and share signals across the community for free. Let's make the internet safer together. Learn more at crowdsec.net.
EdgeScan offers continuous vulnerability intelligence as a service, accurately identifying vulnerabilities and exposures across the full stack. All threats are verified by cybersecurity experts, providing exploitable risk and remediation guidance, virtually false positive free. Learn more at edgescan.com.
Pantera, the leader in automation security validation, allows organizations to continuously test the integrity of all cybersecurity layers by emulating real-world attacks at scale to pinpoint the exploitable vulnerabilities and prioritize remediation towards business impact. Learn more at www.pantera.io.
Marco,
Sean.
I have an API for you.
Oh yeah? Can you send it to me in the mail?
I've packed it full of good stuff. Just receive the payload and have fun with it.
All right, I'll just open the box. If it's food, I'll eat it too.
If it's rice, you'll have a snack. Exactly. And,
I don't know.
You'll pay a dealer for it.
Now let's be more careful than that.
Now let's maybe authenticate that connection. But now this is part of our Chats on the Road Hacker Summer Camp. Obviously, each year we look at all the cool things happening at Black Hat and DEF CON, which include the villages, which we know and love, both the concept and the people that put them together. And we had the pleasure of meeting the founders of the AppSec Village a few years back. I think it was their first year having a village at DEF CON, and it was a great conversation. We said, let's do it again with them. Erez and Liora is here to join us, and they brought a guest, Marco.
Yeah, they brought a friend, a common friend.
A common friend. Somebody who we haven't actually had a chance to chat with yet.
We're doing it now.
We're doing it now. That's Chris.
You want to reveal it? Yeah.
Hey, everyone.
There you are.
So good to have you on. So good to have you on.
Hi, wonderful to be here.
So in the spirit of time, maybe just a quick word from each of you of your role at the village, and then we'll bring it back to Liora to kind of kick it off for what the history of the village. So I'm actually gonna start with Erez. A little bit about you and your role for the AppSec Village.
So I'm one of the founders of the AppSec Village. I'm in application security for a while now, in parallel working as a VP of security research at Checkmarks. 4 years ago, I kind of dragged Liora into this crazy dream, let's say, of creating a village dedicated to the passion we have for AppSec. And currently I am the mayor of the AppSec Village.
Nice.
A very important.
You have the key. You have the key.
The key of the village.
Liora.
So I got dragged in by Erez, that's for sure. So I'm the founder and queen of details. And I do wear a tiara, if you're wondering. And, Queen of Details does all of the nitty gritty things, from the amazing t-shirts and swag we're going to have to our village, to our online presence and our growing Twitter community. And in the daytime, I serve as head of EMEA and APAC field and channel marketing for Pantera Security.
Very good. And Chris, how did they brought you into this?
Well, they contacted me and asked me, and I was like, "Oh, yes!" So that's how they got me on board.
Very nice. Sounds like you were not dragged into it. But,
No.
that's really good. And nobody should. Everybody should be very excited to get there. I mean, Sean mentioned that. We met. We met you at the Village the first time you started 4 years ago. So that's exciting, and we are excited to know what's happening now after these 2 years of virtual villages. And we want to know what we can expect and share that with the audience, so that maybe more inclined to stop by, say hi, and play with you guys. So Liora, you want to give us a little update? Yeah.
So
I remember the room was packed. So hopefully you have a bigger room this year.
There was a line outside, I think.
Yeah, and thanks to our sponsors, Amazon, Checkmarks, Fortify, and Probably, we've been able to expand the activities that we have with AppSec Village. We have a 3 days lineup of talks, workshops, and sort of interactive activity centers happening in our in the Twilight Room at the Flamingo. We've got everything from a secure code review challenge to a demonstration on hacking the software supply chain, talks on API security, on how AppSec broke security, and what we got to do to fix it. So we've really paid attention this year and every year to elevating people's awareness about application security, and focused on including different voices, different perspectives. Diversity is part of our mission, and you see that not only in what is being discussed at the Village, but also in who the presenters are and the types of talks we have coming up.
Well, let's talk about one of the presenters, Chris. I know
Let's
you're.
talk about our speaker.
Yes, you get to share some insights with the group there. What's your plan?
Well, my plan is to represent the reality of what's going on in the world right now. And as AppSec, DevOps, etc., we need to know how to prepare and how to react. Also, with an understanding that not everybody's in a big shop. Cyber war has, been sticking its ugly head around the world for quite some time. As a matter of fact, August 11th will be the 10th anniversary of the Shamoon malware that Iran crafted that almost crashed the oil markets because of the attack on Saudi Aramco. And now we have war in Europe. Myself, recently coming back from Ukraine, also Moldova, Romania, and Transnistria. Looking at some of the effects of the cyber war on those countries and also EU and NATO countries, and seeing what kind of a code they typically try to attack, some of their tactics and so forth, and how we in the community can do something about it.
I love it. And Liora kind of teased out a few of the things, and Rez, I want to go to you with this. Just kind of, and obviously the Village is fairly young. But application development isn't, right? DevOps isn't, DevSecOps, maybe kind of the newer kid on the block, but a lot has happened even since your first AppSec Village. Kind of describe what the world of AppSec looks like in terms of what the focus is. Is it operations? Is it technology? Is it time to market? What are cloud connections, mobile? What's going on?
Basically, all of the above and some. I think that the beginning of what we're doing with Chris and what she's going to give us is really kind of a reality check understanding what's going out there, because sometimes we're kind of stuck in what we do in our tasks that are very scoped, and the real world is not scoped at all. And I'm pretty sure that Chris is going to discuss that and make sure we understand. But the real world is also, technology-wise, is running forward, not waiting for anyone, and that's fine. The problem is it's not waiting for security as well, and it's kind of dragging behind. It always did, by the way. I'm not saying something that we don't already know. But if 10 years ago, as an AppSec person, all I had to do was to dig into the code that we're building and checking for bugs. Suddenly I need to look at other people's code, open source. Who is this guy, random guy writing something? We have APIs flying above our heads, taking stuff from us and giving us stuff that we don't know where they really came from. Everything that is cloud, serverless, every buzzword is a security concern, and we see that all the time, all the way to the new, let's call it the new family of problems inside AppSec, which is the software supply chain issues. Suddenly, it's not only about vulnerabilities, but we actually need to handle malicious people. What the hell is going on? So basically, it's a completely new world, and I think that we're going to see that in the content as well, because we are going to see the basics of doing AppSec with agility, and we're talking about the things of privacy, and I'm pretty sure that the OWASP top 10 will be mentioned. But also, we're starting to see a bit more of new threat modeling, API security, as I mentioned. We're talking about software supply chain as something that we all need to understand what it means these days, and even discuss some Web3 around blockchain and Solidity and stuff like that. So we really have a bit from everything, and I think that AppSec is growing with technology because everything is code now and everything falls under application security.
Yeah, let's stay here, and actually let's go even more farther than this, because we were talking with the ICS Village and we were talking with the Blue Team, we'll talk with other, and I feel like, as you mentioned, Erez, the connection between all the villages. It's not just like a standalone village that has one problem to worry about. I mean, you're all connected in this cybersecurity, never-ending battle between the good and the evil. And even Chris, you mentioned that, in the real world, everything is connected. And in everyday life, we are affected by all of this. So a little bit more maybe about how you guys are collaborating with each other. I don't know if you have you plan, you schedule things with other, how you interact, because in the end, the village is just coming together in a bigger village, which is happened to be DEF CON. So maybe a thought from each one of you on this topic, starting with the rest.
Sure, I can start. So in general, yeah, as you said, the borders between the different villages are somewhere between vague and non-existent. For example, one of our workshops is about the application security on network infrastructure. Basically, is it layer 7? Is it layer 2? I'm not really sure. I mean, this is something very ambiguous. When you talk about medical devices and they are relying on APIs and stuff like that, obviously there is no real difference. I think the difference is sometimes in the different concerns of different communities and different business aspects maybe. There is definitely more room for collaboration, I think, and this is something that we already started talking between us in the different villages. We now have villages during RSA as well, so we started discussing some ways to collaborate. We did in the past several talks that were together with other villages as well, and this is definitely something that we plan to do more, especially around the hands-on activities.
Yeah, and you're still on this topic, but also the diversity element, like when you all come together and we know that diversity is very important, diversity of background, of walk of life and all of that.
Yeah, so we are, reaching out during our call for papers period. We often reach out to the other villages to help promote the call for papers to maybe underrepresented audiences. So we try and get more women, more gender non-binary, more underrepresented populations involved in submitting. Maybe it's their first time, maybe they're a little bit nervous, but helping them submit for a call for papers. We make sure that the review committee is also a diverse representation, and it comes out in who are the people at the end of the day delivering the talks. We've had discussions with other villages on what we can do, in terms of activities, maybe a shared CTF. This year we've got a CTF on site, and we'll also be offering on Saturday free coffee to the first 800 visitors, thanks to our coffee bar sponsor, Corellium. But it's all about providing a platform for engagement. Come as you are, whether you're an expert and have 20 plus years in the field, or you're a noob and you just want to see what AppSec is about, everyone's welcome.
Oh, you're just a Kubecka fan that you want to see her.
Yes, exactly. And speaking of Chris, I'd like your perspective on this, because your talk is about pretty big picture stuff, and clearly you're speaking to engineers and developers, and I'm just wondering, are you also, in the spirit of collaboration and diversity, speaking to line of business owners and business ops folks and the broader IT ops folks and CEOs and politicians? Because I know we get a lot of policy people as well at DEF CON. What are your thoughts on all that?
Well, my goal is to speak to the audience in a way that it's relevant for everyone. Understanding the business aspects, the board liability aspects, the engineering challenges, the budgetary challenges, how to deal with your project manager and cover your own ass. Because a lot of it, unfortunately, is down to how much time and budget did they give you? Do you understand the risk that you're handling? Do you have ethics issues as well? Looking at it not just from, here's some of the stuff that's been happening, here's the code and the nitty-gritty, but also giving really good arguments for our community as a whole to use during these very uncertain times. And on the diversity subject and collaboration, packets don't discriminate when they're loaded with malware. And we need diversity, because the diversity of our technology is getting hit. And I'm really pleased that there is that particular recognition that is going on with the various villages. And the collaboration, it kind of reminds me of the Schengen borderless arrangement in Europe, where I live. So I quite like those aspects, and I'm really looking forward to this year.
Nice. And so in thinking about some of your talks and sessions, I think you mentioned workshops as well. Can you kind of paint a picture for us of how much is experience being shared, tools being described, how they can be used, trends we're seeing, hands-on exploration where maybe somebody has some idea where they want to take something, but the group is going to help them take it where it really needs to go? I don't know who can share what the experience is going to be like.
Yeah, sure. So the experience is really important, because we're pretty sure that Chris is going to bring a lot of people, but then we need to keep them. And we need to compete with all the things that are happening in DEF CON, which is the most pleasant chaos that someone can experience, I think. So since content is king or queen, we are listening to our villagers, and the village is for the villagers, and we're moving slowly but surely more and more towards hands-on activities. And that means that we're having roundtables with bite-sized activities. We're having full-blown workshops from talking about data security and privacy, and talking about hands-on threat modeling on one side, and the other side is very offensive application security for developers, and as I mentioned, the layer 7 on layer 2. This time we did almost out of 3 days, almost 2 days are full of workshops. We have 1 day dedicated to talks, and again, there's going to be tables sprinkled with different activities and some challenges of trying to look at code and find the problems, or it's kind of a surprise, but a VR station that you can use to hack software supply chain in a very futuristic way. And the conversations. I think the conversations are the top thing we can offer, making sure that like-minded people have one place, or many different places, but a place where we can find each other and speak. We have many friends there, and it's so gratifying to see everyone enjoying coming back again and again, asking to help, asking to volunteer. As you said, we're a young village. This is not something we can do without our sponsors and without our volunteers.
Yeah, of course. You speak as a true mayor of the village. But we're going to pass the last call to action to the Queen, to Liora. And I'm actually, as you do that, inviting people to come to the village there in Las Vegas. I was curious if you're still doing a virtual element for people that can now come to Las Vegas and still be able to learn and from you guys.
So, great question. I mean, we really wish we could see everyone in person in Vegas, but due to technical restrictions, we aren't offering any sort of live stream from the village. We will be recording all of the talks and putting them on our YouTube channel, because we do believe that this is knowledge that needs to be shared with the world and everyone should have access to it. But unfortunately, we can't do a live stream of the talks this year.
But they can still access the content later.
Yes,
so
the content will be
fair enough.
Open for everyone on YouTube.
All right.
Nice.
And I think we
you know what's important, Marco? Where's that YouTube link? And that's going to be in the show notes. We'll include that for everybody. Links to all the AppSec Village goodness, the website, the schedule, profiles of our guests, so you can connect with them beforehand and find them during the event. And yeah, I mean, thank you all for what you do for the village and the greater community, and ultimately society. Right? Everything's connected through an app at some point these days.
Yeah.
And
Indeed.
And talking about connected through an app, we're hoping to connect with you during the event with a live streaming, just to catch up and see what's going on. So we're hoping to make that a reality, and we want to thank you. Yeah, that'd be fun for us to share that. We'll share with other people as we do that. So thank you, Chris. Thank you, Erez. Thank you, Liora, and the best of luck for a very successful village, AppSec Village at DEF CON 2022. Thank you.
See you in Vegas.
See you. Bye-bye.
See you.
Pantera, the leader in automation security validation, allows organizations to continuously test the integrity of all cybersecurity layers by emulating real-world attacks at scale to pinpoint the exploitable vulnerabilities and prioritize remediation towards business impact. Learn more at www.pantera.io.
EdgeScan offers continuous vulnerability intelligence as a service, accurately identifying vulnerabilities and exposures across the full stack. All threats are verified by cybersecurity experts, providing exploitable risk and remediation guidance, virtually false positive free. Learn more at edgescan.com.
CrowdSec, the collaborative and open source cybersecurity solution. Analyze behaviors, respond to attacks, and share signals across the community for free. Let's make the internet safer together. Learn more at crowdsec.net. We hope you enjoyed this episode of our On Location Conversation. If you learned something new and this podcast made you think, then share itspmagazine.com with your friends, family, and colleagues. If you represent a company and wish to associate your brand with our conversations, sponsor one or more of our podcast channels. We hope you will come back for more stories and follow us on our journey. You can always find us at the intersection of technology, cybersecurity, and society.